George wondered if the giraffe lived here with a friend, like the man with the yellow hat. The giraffe and the zebra weren't saying hi. Maybe they couldn't see George in the dark. There weren't any animals here at all. This was an amazing thing. Shadows made animals out of furniture. If only there was a way to show others this amazing thing.
We want you to see how the new color looks before we paint the whole place, Mr. Glass.
I chose that color myself. Everyone thinks it's a dull room. I want it full of life.
But I don't know if this is exactly what you mean by full of life.
George was thrilled someone was here to see what he'd done. People didn't seem happy. Maybe they needed to see it again. Now, with the lights off or the lights on, everyone could see the same animals that George saw.
Did you do this?
No, that monkey must have done it.
George had seen people this unhappy before. They usually needed some quiet time alone.
Stop that monkey!
Monkey paints room, human painter upset. That's gotta be George.
That's just a bird.
George liked his bird okay, but he knew he could make a much better bunny.
What? It's a bunny. I want to talk with you, George.
George! Did you paint a room, you naughty monkey?
I don't know how to thank you, George.
Yes, I thank him.
Thank him. Thank him.
You know, I would have thought that was a horsey. But whoa, it's a zebra. Only a genius or a monkey could have thought of this. I can rent it out as the Glass Palace Jungle Room. George, the Glass Palace is always half empty. But with more special rooms like this, I bet the glass is gonna be half full.
Have a good day?
Yes, George had a job today, and it turned out just great. Hunley seems happy we're home.
Hunley was very happy to know George was home. And the city was still working just fine.
I think he's just hungry.
After a week in the crowded city, what's more relaxing than driving out to the country for the day? Okay, sometimes the drive is slow. But it's a good time to think about relaxing stuff, like feeding ducks.
Oh, that was the worst traffic ever. But the day's not over yet. Let's feed the ducks. Hi, Mrs. Rankins. Something wrong?
The chicks wandered off. My chicken is very upset. If I don't find them before dark...
Yeah, not much time left to feed ducks either. I'll help you search. You can feed them without me, okay, George? But stay by the duck pen. I don't want you to get lost like the chicks.
Feeding ducks is like a relaxing brain massage. Jumpy Squirrel was a good jumper. And an even better food finder. This was great. George had never had ducks swim all around him before. If ducks swam all around, it meant he was floating down river with ducks. It was almost like being a duck.
Let's see if the chicks are along the fence. Hey, maybe they squeezed out here.
Then they could be anywhere.
Maybe they'll figure out how to find their way home again.
At that very moment, the chicks were trying to find their way home. But they were bad at it. Really bad. And speaking of lost, George was too busy being a duck to notice he was floating away from home. Fast. Jumpy tried to warn George because he didn't want his friend to get lost and take all that food with him. Soon, they were in a place they'd never seen before, which made George curious. Jumpy thought they should jump onto that small boat on the right. Or was it on the left? And it wasn't small. It wasn't even in the river. But Jumpy missed home.
People sure are buying a lot of coffee makers. I just wrapped 15 in a row.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
George wanted to play with the wrapper people some more. But he had to get these pants home. George hadn't been gone very long, but when he got back, the present had disappeared.
Oh, thanks for picking up my pants, George. I know how curious a little monkey can be, so I put the present away. That should take your mind off of it.
But hiding the present only made George more curious. This was the first time George noticed the walls were wrapped. It looked like wrapping on top of more wrapping. Maybe there were 100 layers of wallpaper under here. Or not. Since he reached the end, George tried to put it all back. But it didn't want to go. Then he thought of a way to make this the perfect bathroom for the professor's birthday.
Is that you, George? Make sure you wash up before Professor Wiseman gets here. And would you make sure that bowl of her favorite fresh fruit is out where she'll see it? You can't get away with that. You didn't wash. This hand is all sticky. Okay, now, wow. What happened in here? Oh, Professor Wiseman, help me hide this mess.
Hello, George. Everything okay?
I'll be right out. I got your favorite fruit. Help yourself.
Ooh. Is this a banangerine? You can't put skins on fruit, George. Only nature can do that. On the other hand, nature doesn't make banangerines.
Sorry, I'm... Happy birthday from George and me.
Oh, you didn't have to. Would you like to help me open it, George? I never would have guessed that's what was in this big box.
That's why it was wrapped that way.
Oh, my favorite symphony. You remembered. Thanks. Let's listen to it during dinner.
Oh, here, I'll get that.
George figured he'd better eat something. Because this was gonna take a while. George wondered what a rubber band would grow into. Or a feather. George was gonna grow all kinds of exciting things. The man with the yellow hat hadn't finished his speech. George could grow the rest for him.
Blah, 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 bleedy, bleed, blue, blah, blah.
Thank you.
This would be the best speech ever.
Hi, have you been just sitting there waiting for me the whole time? Oh. You weren't just sitting there waiting for me the whole time. Oh.
When the man looked like that, it meant George was about to hear a long lecture.
So, you see, seeds, nuts, acorns grow. My socks, the radio, the can opener don't grow. Okay, now, we have to dig up all those things you buried. Oh. George, where's my speech? Okay, we have to dig up my speech first.
Unlike Jumpy Squirrel, George didn't know how to find what he wanted. Everything smelled like dirt.
Hey, you digging a swimming pool?
Oh, no, Bill. George was being a squirrel and buried my speech. We can't find it.
Well, I'll help. Wait, I know someone who can really help. She's a great digger. No speech here.
Oh, digging a pool there, are you?
George buried something and we're trying to find it.
Well, I've got a metal detector I use to find coins and such down by the lake. Maybe that'll help.
Cool.
Well, my speech isn't exactly made of...
Well, no. Ahoy!
Maybe it's what you're looking for.
No, my speech isn't made of...
Ooh! Are they pirate keys?
Could be. Maybe to a treasure chest.
No, we're not gonna find my speech, and I can't rewrite it in time. I'll just have to skip the tribute.
George didn't have the talents of a squirrel, but he did have the talents of a monkey, which meant he could see really well.
You found it!
The speech!
Well, that's not made of metal.
So this is the air that inspired that wonderful speech. Are you planting something?
It's a long story. That's not a peanut. Looks like something you buried is growing. Maybe you are a little bit squirrel after all.
The apartment building where George lived was a very orderly place. And that's how Hunley liked it.
They're here to clean your carpets.
People came, and people went. The elevator arrived, and people came down the stairs. Everything in Hunley's lobby was orderly and neat. Well, almost everything.
We can't go back into the apartment until the carpet is dry, George. So you stay here in the lobby while I run my errands, all right? Okay. Oh, and in case you get hungry, I won't be long.
Hundley didn't think George should be eating a sloppy apple in the lobby. George decided it would probably be better to eat his apples someplace else. Hundley had never been through this door before. But he was pretty sure it was against the rules to be out here. Hundley didn't think George would ever get in that way. So he'd find a better way.
All right, move it along.
At least there was one thing Hundley knew for certain. Home was this way. Or maybe that way. Hundley was getting worried. He could just imagine the terrible things that sloppy monkey was doing to his lobby. When Hundley found his building, it was even worse than he imagined. But then Hundley saw that it wasn't his street at all. But that meant he had no idea where he was. George wasn't sure if he'd magnetized the pan. He had to find something to test it on.
Okay, George, let's go. Oh, they are gonna look so great on the refrigerator.
Their mission completed, George was ready to rush home, except...
We have one more stop, remember? We need a new refrigerator door handle.
Ooh, they don't make parts for an Ice Cubby Omega anymore. It's too old. How about a nice new refrigerator?
Old? It's a classic. I love it. No, I won't give up till I find an Ice Cubby Omega handle.
George felt like he'd never hang his drawing. And then He saw it. George told him the whole story, and that he'd be right back with the man with the yellow hat.
What'd he say?
I don't know. I don't speak monkey.
When he got back with the man, it was gone.
Is what you wanted to show me gone? Hey, where's the pan? And your drawing?
George remembered putting it down, but it was gone too.
Ma'am, did you see a pizza pan with a nice drawing stuck to it?
Before or after they took my old refrigerator to the junkyard?
Look, I don't know how it happened, but if your drawing's here, George, I'll find it. Why don't you watch the big magnet while I talk to the owner? Excuse me, George sure loves magnets. Could he watch?
Well, sure.
Now, don't go anywhere.
This is a powerful electromagnet. Hit that red button and watch what happens. You see? That turns the magnet off so we can drop stuff. Hit the green one. That picks stuff up. Hit the red button and drop her in the crusher.
George couldn't let his best drawing ever go into the crusher.
No, not the lever, the button!
Chances of finding a pizza pan and all this stuff.
That's it! And that's the exact handle I need. How much do you want for it?
Whew. I gotta give that crane man a raise.
George and the man with the yellow hat did everything they set out to do that day.
Good night, George?
Now he'd done it all.
Good night, George.
No one wanted to go in there. Maybe there was another way. There was no way George's arm could ever reach the bottom of that hole.
Hi, have you seen George? I sent him to the store a while ago and...
Store? I saw him running past the store down the street.
Oh, the construction site's that way. I hope he's being a good little monkey.
This wasn't as easy as it looked. There had to be a machine for this.
I inspected every girder last night, and I can't find the problem. And the only way to be safe is to tear it down and start all over.
Otherwise, a big wind or strong shaking might make the whole thing fall down.
What's that sound?
Hey, stop that! The site's closed!
This site isn't safe.
I'll turn off that jackhammer.
Look, a broken water main.
That's what weakened the foundation. It was hidden.
Oh, I hope George had nothing to do with this. I am so sorry. I didn't know one monkey could knock over a building. Can I pay for lunch?
No, George didn't cause that. That side of the building was unsafe.
Now I'll have to knock it down and start all over.
No, you don't. We can save the whole thing by changing the design.
Very angular, modern, and it would save money! I love it! How can I thank you? I know! Here!
Well, what are we waiting for? We'll bring back blueberry waffles for everyone.
And that's how Curious George helped design a building. And got blueberry waffles, too. It was a perfect summer day. The kind of day that just makes you want to kick something over and over. Which is just what George was doing.
Hey, you're improving, George. You just need to keep practicing. Oh, sure. The way to get better at anything is with lots of practice. Ooh, hey, you better get going. Your dog's sitting Charky today, right?
If only there was a way to dog sit and practice kicking.
Hi, George. Thanks for doing this. I'll only be at the hairdresser's for 1 hour. I'd take Charky with me, but some people are allergic to dogs. You're welcome to sit Charky in my apartment. Or you could stay outside. Charky likes the park. All right, have fun. Oh, Betsy and Steve say once or twice Charky has slipped away. So please keep an eye on her.
If Charky could get off her leash this easily, George would never get a chance to practice kicking. Unless he did it right here. It wasn't the park, but it'd do. And best of all, it had its own soccer goal. Some dogs don't know the difference between play and practice. Chasing Charky did have its rewards. Charky wasn't going to squeeze under there again. George could run toy trains and count to 10. How tough could this be?
Huh? Could you repeat that?
What did he say? Number 7, number 8. Anybody understand that?
I don't understand him, but I trust him.
Fast work, Station Master. We're all in order.
Station Master? We're sort of out of order again.
Station Master, you did say reverse, didn't you?
Real trains were even easier than toy trains for a smart monkey. All he had to do was simply move the number 5 train first. George was a great train master. The 5 moved into position, followed by 8, 7, 9, and 6. Then 6, 7, 9, 8, and 5. Then 7, 5, 6, 8, 9. 6, 9, 7, 5, 8. 5, 6, 8, 9, 7. 7, 5, 6, 8, 9. 5, 6, 8, 9, 7, 8, 7, 9, 5, 6. 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 9, and then 356?
Is it just me, or did that sound like a monkey?
This wasn't like his toy trains anymore. George needed help. Flint was right outside comparing jelly sandwiches, unaware that a little monkey needed him. George didn't know why that warning bell wasn't going off.
See, if the whole sandwiches are equal, the halves must be too, right?
Thanks for holding down the fort, George. I'll take it from here.
That was the craziest train ride ever. You wouldn't believe it, George.
George still wanted to be a station master, but only in his own home, where he could eat a one-piece sandwich. Cutting sandwiches in half only leads to trouble.
Sure, you can play with that stuff. But don't ride the unicycle without a helmet.
Wow, great stuff. Let's get to work.
Betsy, Aunt Margaret says to be home for dinner in an hour. Holy cow!
We made our own mini golf course. You want to play?
Okay.
In our game, each hole uses a special club. Yeah!
You'll never get it through there. You kept hitting the windmill yesterday. Great! If George can do that, I'm gonna break all my golf records on this easy course. George, thanks, but I really don't need help on this.
Are you keeping track of your score on this easy course, Steve?
Oh, yes. Okay, on the first hole, George got a 1. Lucky. Betsy got a 6, and I got a 6.
The club for this hole, please. Here we go. Whoa. Oh.
A hole-in-one!
My first ever! Looks like I'm going for the record, too.
Okay, here comes my hole-in-one. Ah! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. A hole in two!
All right. We're all going for our best scores ever on this course.
There are first scores ever on this course.
Yeah, so they're still the best.
What's the club for the last hole?
No club. It's a blowhole. Get it? Whale? Blowhole? Okay. Going around. And the house. Oh. Perfect.
At the end of the game, I have 40, Betsy has 25, and George got a 21?
I told you you'd play better when you knew the rules.
I'm sorry. I said monkeys shouldn't play golf. You guys want to play real mini golf tomorrow?
Thanks, but I think we like this better.
Oh. Can I play again with you tomorrow? Maybe George can help me improve my game.
George thought it was nice of Hundley to notice what a rush he was in. George couldn't wait to show off his unmelted trophy. The yellow hat was gone, so the man wasn't home. George figured he'd impress Compass. Pigeons like interesting things. George forgot that pigeons like to land on interesting things. When it landed, the ice cream took on a whole new shape. It just kept changing.
You dropped it? Oh, you can't drop ice cream. It splatters. That's your plate from before. It refroze. I give you a nice new one. Now remember, no sun, no dropping. Just get it home fast.
He's got even more ice cream.
Another plate. Curious. Now there was no sun to melt it. All George had to do was wait for the man with the yellow hat to come home. A lobby leaf. Luckily, George had time to clean it off, so it would be perfect when the man with the yellow hat saw it. Luckily for curious Hundley, George wanted to show off his trophy. It didn't make sense. There was no sun. He didn't drop it.
You ran water on it. Oh, that's gonna make it melt too. Yeah, right. But this is the last one. No sun, no dropping, and no washing it.
Hey! How much ice cream can one monkey eat alone?
I think he's gonna share this time.
Come on!
You're sure eating a lot of ice cream, George.
Wait up!
Oh, it's a party.
Be a good neighbor, monkey. Share.
You've already had so much.
Let's get him! We got him! He's right there!
Trophies? You got that as a trophy? Well, let me get a picture.
Maybe George can't help himself. Maybe monkeys just naturally hoard ice cream.
Oh boy, this looks great!
When George got his first trophy, everybody was a winner.
Oh, hiya, George. Hiya, George. See, this is why boat travel is always best.
Hey, Clint.
Hey, Wint. George, you remember my brother, Wint.
Hey, George. I was proceeding northward and encountered stationary vehicles. Thought I should investigate, That's not right.
Thanks, Wint.
Oh, did you do this? But now, George, you're from the city. You must see traffic lights every day. Don't you know how they work?
George only paid attention to the lights that told him when to walk. Those other lights were for drivers. And he didn't drive.
Well, you're young and you are a monkey, but you should try to be more curious about important things. Well, it's simple. Green means the car should go. Yellow means slow down. Red means the cars have to stop. Don't interfere with that light while it's performing its duty. Okay, George? I don't even know why they put a traffic light out here in the middle of nowhere. Seems wrong.
The light was out. But that wasn't so bad. It wasn't even there yesterday. Except that yesterday, Jumpy had his branch bridge to cross the road on. Then George thought of something he could do to help. Since George now understood how a traffic light worked, he was ready to be one. With George in charge, that traffic light worked better than before. At least it was better for squirrels.
George, you promised to let that light perform its duty. What? Ah, it's not performing its duty. I apologize, George, but get down. Hey, that's the squirrel I always witness proceeding across the road on those high branches. Oh, did they cut off his squirrel crossing for that light? We don't even need this light. There's hardly any traffic. Yeah, well, George, squirrel, chicken, and chicks too. I am going to see that this situation is resolved. That's my job.
It turned out they'd put that light up on the wrong corner. It was meant to go up in the middle of town. Wint Quint and Clint Quint put up a temporary squirrel bridge until the tree branches could grow back. And George decided to look at the traffic lights back in the city. Maybe some of them needed a monkey.